today's 772nd day that I'm here to share lessons on learn. I'm learning. I hope this will support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Yesterday, I shared a lesson about obsolete skills. And today I want to share about obsolete skills and about skills that never gets obsolete. Never gets obsolete. So of course, when you choose career path, when you choose a lifestyle, when you choose who you want to become, we want to implement skills that we develop on a daily basis that are never getting obsolete. Because if you're focusing just on obsolete skills, sooner or later you will be less relevant, and maybe you'll not be able to make as much money as you would love to. So today we'll share 10 skills that will never get obsolete. Now, I want to emphasize that when you think about obsolete skills that you've covered yesterday, all obsolete skills are hard skills. The things that you're able to learn. And all soft skills that we'll share today are all skills that doesn't get obsolete are soft skills. So the soft skills is more internal skills. When you build the internal skills, then of course you're able to build external skills, so hard skills. So it's much more important. I'm a big believer that it's much more important to build soft skills than hard skills. And before I start sharing the 10 skills that is very, very important, I could start sharing by sharing about communication skills. And this is the number one skill, communication skills. Because when you think about really hard skills, most people are so good and so strong about in their technical skills and their hard skills in accounting and software. It doesn't matter what it is. And they are amazing at what they do. But I have seen so many times people who are amazing at what they do, they are not amazing at communication. Because it's not important how much you know. What matters and what is important is how well you communicate how much you know. How well you communicate how much you know. Because I have seen so many times that people who are much smarter, they do not get hired. Because they do not have communication skills. A person who had amazing communication skills but didn't have the skills in place got a job. Because the company knows that if the person knows how to communicate and if they will be able to invest the time, they'll build these hard skills, they will outperform the person who knows the hard skills but they do not know how to communicate. So first skill that never gets obsolete is communication skills. Number 2 is critical thinking. Critical thinking. That means that when we get a lot of information, and in the future we'll get even more information, being able to really gather the information and critically make some ideas, analyze the data, and really understand what is the most important, what is the big picture here, what is the big picture from this information. Because a lot of times people hide in details, hide in minor things, and they do not move forward because they just focus major of their time on minor things. So critical thinking is allowing person to understand what is a major thing and prioritize time into working at. And of course, when you focus on major things, you move the needle much, much faster. That's why critical thinking is so important, and it will be so important in the future as well. Number 3 is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence will never get obsolete because we always need to understand other people. We always need to connect with other people, understand ourselves, be self-aware and aware of people around us. Being able to be empathetic and understanding other people's needs, desires, visions. And when you understand other people, of course, that means that you're able to be the person who really adds tremendous value for them. Because only a person who understands other person are able to support them and add value to them. Of course, you're able to add value without knowing them, but when you want to maximize value, you need to understand other people. Number 4 is leadership. Leadership. That is a very, very powerful skill and always will be important. Very important. Because everyone is looking for a leader. Even the best leaders needs a leader to follow. Because everyone, if you want to be the best leader, you need to be best follower. You follow and learn things and you start leading. And why leadership is so important? Because leaders are those people who are not afraid to make mistakes. People who are able to go to darkness, not afraid to make mistakes, learn lessons from those mistakes. Because leaders are people who make mistakes the most. And they're not afraid to make mistakes. Because they made mistakes, they learned lessons, now they're able to teach. And because they made so many initiatives, because leaders initiate a lot of things. So if you don't initiate anything, that means it might be that you're not a leader yet, and you're working toward. So when leaders initiate, they make a lot of mistakes, they learn a lot of lessons. Now they have intuitive ideas if something could work or not. And because of that, they will start action move even faster. And of course, people will follow. Number 5 is problem solving. Problem solving. That means problems is one thing that will always will be there, no matter what. Technology will improve, lives will improve, people will improve, but it doesn't matter what happens, how much we improve, problems will always will be there. Problems will evolve, problems will change and pivot, but it will always be there. So if we understand that problems will be there, that means problem solving skill will be essential in day-to-day life. So the better you are in really managing and controlling and fixing and finding solutions for the problems, the more valuable you will be. So when you really learn how to manage problems, how to solve problems, and really seek intentionally to solve other people's problems, seek to have more problems, challenges to overcome, of course, that will become more valuable because people will know that when they have you in a team, in a business, in whatever it is, problems will become easier to overcome. And it's a very, very valuable skill. Number 6 is resilience. Resilience. Now, a lot of people say, oh, resilience is not a skill. Everything is a skill, and resilience is a skill. Like a muscle, when you exercise, it improves. Resilience is exactly the same thing. Now, and I truly believe that in the future, in very, very, very near future, resilience will become even more important. So many people speak that society became very, very soft now. So what happens when society becomes soft? That means when people quit a little bit too fast. And when people quit too fast, that means that people who have bones, who have backbones, who have the will and have resilience, they will be able to persevere. And what will happen? So that means that people who persevere, and those only 1% of people will persevere, and that 1% of people who will persevere and have the resilience, they will get 99% of rewards. That's how I look into Elon Musk, how much money he has, how much resilience he has. He has one of the most strong resilience. And he's one of the most resilient person. And that's where he reaps rewards. And then I think that then when you ask yourself how strong you are in resilience, what happens when pressure is crushing you? Do you want to really run away and hide, or do you want to go through that storm and making sure that you use your resilience and improve your resilience to make sure that you are able to get rewards that you deserve? And that's what it is. Resilience is getting you closer to those rewards. Number 7 is networking. Networking. That means that networking is important, and it will be important in the future, because your network is your net worth. Your network is your net worth. Everyone is saying that, and it's really true. It doesn't matter what kind of career path you pursue. Network is essential. That means if you want to change career paths, it's much more easy when you have a network. When you want to build partnerships, network is very important. Now, and I really love what John C. Maxwell says, that 1 is too small of a number to achieve greatness. 1 is too small of a number to achieve greatness. It's very, very powerful. And some people say that, oh, like I achieved by myself. I have self-made man. I achieved greatness by myself, on my own. But what is, like, if you were able to achieve greatness by yourself, imagine how much you were able to achieve if you could have partnerships in place. Because with partnerships, you have ability to achieve even more and more and more greatness. That means that so much significance could be with partnerships, because I love the idea that when you have one idea plus another idea, when you think about ideas, 1 plus 1 is not 2, is 1 plus 1 is 11, because there are two of you, like two minds able to create so many different ideas from 2 ideas. That's why it's so important to have more people in the partnership that you're able to build that network and really understand that your network will determine your net worth as well. Number 8 is public speaking. Public speaking. And there's the saying that In life, people are afraid of two things the most. So that means death and public speaking. Death and public speaking. Because public speaking is that one of the skills that if you do not know well how to publicly speak and speak in front of people, you're afraid of rejection. There's so much fear and fear of embarrassment, and all those fears really makes you be super anxious about really speaking in front of people. But if you master that skill now and in the future, then you know that you will become much more valuable, because public speaking is one of the most valuable skills. People get a lot of money. When I think about I have looked into how much money people have been paid for public speaking gigs. Even John C. Maxwell he was able to get for a weekend more than $500,000 for his public speaking skill. For his public speaking skill, $500,000 for a weekend. That means that he is able to be the top 1% public speaker. Of course, that he gets rewarded. And at the same time, when you think about public speakers, they are most time known that they are making more money because they are willing to go through the courage, build the skill set, and this skill set will be important now, and of course, it will be even more important in the future as well. Number 9. Skill is negotiation. This is very important as well, because now when you learn how to negotiate, that you're able to really have that win-win situation. That means that you have infinite mindset. That you know that you build a business for a lifetime. Because if you do a win for yourself and lose for someone else, that means you might be that you will become rich for a couple of years, for 10 years, and you might live a pretty comfortable life. Now, if you have lose for you but live with someone else, that means that you will not live that comfortable life. Maybe you will survive. But now, if you really pursue win-win situations, that means that you are successful, you're making decent money, and now because people trust you, you build a brand of a person who really makes things happen. Now people want to do a business with you, and you will have more and more business. So that means in the short run, maybe you will make less money than a person who really negotiates to win and another person lose. But in the long run, people who really pursue win-win mindset, they always win at the end. Always win. Always win. And the last one skill that is very important is sales and persuasion. Sales and persuasion. This skill was important 1,000 years in the past and will be important 1,000 years in the future. When you learn sales and persuasion, you know that you will be taken care of. Now, when I think about sales and persuasion, is that people are afraid a lot of times of sales because they think that sales is all about telling. But I learned that sales is more about asking questions. So when you're able to really ask questions, understand other person well, and really being able to bring the best solution for that person, then you will become much more valuable. Now I understand that sales, beginning some appointment setting, like some small sales could be covered by some kind of AI DM setting and all that between. So there'll be some tools that will help people to sell, but at the same time, the main sales will always be there, so it will never get obsolete. And when you learn persuasion, that means that you're able to really build any kind of career, because when you learn persuasion, you can become a CEO, you can become C-level, you can become self-employed and really be successful. You're able to become a business owner who really able to raise as much money as needed for the idea. Because when you are very persuasive, you're able to share the idea by storytelling. And of course, people want to jump on board and follow the things that you're working on. So sales and persuasion will always be very important. It will never get obsolete. So today we covered skills that is very important. So I think that when you look into your skills that you build right now and the skills that you have now, really write down the skills from left and right. Like left is hard skills, right is soft skills. And look into how many have you really developed soft skills, how many hard skills, and rate them from 1 to 10. And now when you look into your weekly or monthly or even daily basis, which skills are you developing now? What kind of skills are you developing now? Because I promise you that if you will focus 90%, 80% of your time on soft skills, at the end of the day, you will win. At the end of the day, you will win, because internal wins are always the most important, because the soft skills are coming from internal world and hard skills are coming from external. The stronger your internal world, the easier to build hard skills. So I hope you reflect and will start working on soft skills and skills that never gets obsolete on a daily basis. So I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.